to do this live, and apparently my signal was trash because the video was grainy as a motherfucker. So we will run it back today because I know y'all just love hearing me and all my talk. Anyways, I just wanted to say, like, hey, I, my name is Elisa. My nickname is Fever. More people call me Fever than Elisa. I am Mrs. Benders, and I am flawed. I am imperfect. I have known that for a long time because nobody's perfect. But over time, as I got older, I was able to better recognize my own flaws, my own shortcomings, versus my strengths. I was able to recognize and identify my weaknesses. Now, I say that to say this. Yes, I am flawed. Yes, I am imperfect. But I am worthy. And I don't have to be worthy to every person that I encounter. I don't have to be worthy to every man that looks at me or every female that I smile at and give a compliment. I don't have to be anything to them because I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You didn't walk my life. You don't know me for real. So I do have things that I wish I hadn't done, or choices that I wish I had took more time to make, or just had more time in general. Spent money that I wish I had saved. You know, um, Lost a friend that I hope to hold on to, or maintained a relationship that was very important to me that I let slip through the cracks. Whatever the case may be, like, I am quite aware of my flaws and the things that I don't do well. Um, it it I think I heard but one time before, like, in order to make your weaknesses no longer your weaknesses, you have to identify them. And when you identify them, and when you try to work at them, they'll no longer be your weaknesses. Your greatest weakness will become your greatest strength. So I identify my flaws not because, oh, I need to just beat myself up so much and I just need to tear myself down. No, I think every adult gets to adulthood with scars, with trauma, with baggage, with bullshit. It's just the truth. Life is hard. It's why it's not for the weak, it's for the strong. It's for those willing to fight. It's for those willing to keep on keeping on. Like, it is a challenge. It is growth. It is change. It is elevation. It is success. It is failure. It is all of those things. And for me, knowing that I am flawed, knowing that I am imperfect, you know, for a long time I did think, well, something must be terribly wrong with me. And I might not be worth the things I ask for, or I might not be worth the love that I hope to receive. But over time, as I have like observed more people, taken the time to really put things in perspective for myself and what I value, I do think I am worth it. I do think that imperfect and flawed still means worthy, still means valuable, still means that if you don't see my value and my worth, okay. Like, I can't make you. I don't feel the need to convince you. I would just simply say that recycle, reduce, reuse. Like, one person's trash, what someone has no longer has a need for, it's irrelevant to them, it's lost its value. You can throw it away, and the next person will come right along and be like, this is the piece I've been missing for. This is the thing I've been looking for. Oh, wow. I this is what I have been waiting for. So I think when I think about myself, my mother threw me in a trash can. That's how I started my life. She didn't see any value in me. She didn't find me worthy. In life, as I have trashed relationships or friendships, you know what I'm saying, lost a job, right? Like, damn, okay, this thing happened, and maybe I'm not valuable or maybe I'm not worthy, but I am. And I am because I do love genuinely and purely. Like, I do try to be quite dependable for the people that I love and care about. I find them worthy and valuable to me because they pour into me the same way I'll pour into them. I think my worthy and my valuableness is tied to the fact that I've been a mother for 18 years, almost 19 years, if you count the pregnancy. It, I find my value in when niggas left and it was just me and the kids. I still held it down. I still kept us together. I still kept us afloat. I elevated us. Um, so I might not be worthy to everybody. You know, I might not be valuable because I am imperfect, because I am flawed, because I'm loud, and I still hold my head up high, and I still think very highly of myself and the path in life that I have walked, because it wasn't fucking easy. It did take a fight every day to get up, to survive, to push, to go against the odds, to when someone counted me out, still say, no, nigga, this me. I'm here. And I deserve to own this space, to claim my right, to show my value, to speak my truth. And I think this whole process has been the hardest for me because it was hard not to feel unvaluable and unworthy. Because if the only thing that makes me valuable to you is if I don't argue or if I can give you children, like, damn, I didn't know that was what my value was placed in. I thought it was that I'm loyal and loving, and I'll be your partner and your friend, and you know, I'll be trustworthy and I'll be honest, and I'll have your back. I'll hold you down. Like, I didn't think my value was, can you shut the fuck up a lot, or do you not argue enough, or too much? Because I do talk too much. That's kind of my thing. That's why I have a podcast. I do overthink, and it does trigger my anxiety pretty badly. I do struggle with, what do you say, like your ghosts of the past, and feelings of inadequacy and failures that wish you had done better, made better choices. But I also am proud that, hey, I didn't let this shit whoop me. I didn't fall down and stay down. I may have fallen and I may have stayed down for a little while, but I figured out how to get the fuck up, and I pushed the fuck forward with the kids, and like tried to reinvent myself and try to just try to use that same weakness to be a strength, and try to pursue a different passion, a different path in life, a different journey. Every time an obstacle was placed ahead of me, I didn't just let it kill me and knock me over, even though that probably would have been the easiest thing to do. Because when you get disappointment, when you realize you made a mistake, when you realize you didn't do things in the way you thought you did, and the result wasn't what you hoped for, it is easy to get discouraged. Like, it's real fucking easy. It's real easy to get discouraged. It's real easy to say, fuck it, it ain't worth it. I'm not trying nothing else. Like, but I just didn't. I felt like I knew I had a point to prove, that I could make it no matter where I started. And then when I had children, like, okay, we gonna make it, because it's not about where we start, it's about where we finish. It's not about the path and how pretty it is. It's about the journey of growth and love and respect, and where we will end up together as a unit, as a whole. So I think understanding that I am imperfect and I am flawed doesn't make me unworthy. And one's man's trash could be another man's treasure. Like, if I'm not worthy to you as a friend, or I'm not worthy to you as a lover, or a mother, or like, okay, but I have mothered a lot of children, and I think I will always, because I love children, and I have loved and been dependable for my friends because they were important to me, and I wanted to be that for them and do that for them. And I have tried at every turn to be a loving, open individual, but it is not easy for me to be soft. Like, I am very defensive, and I do tend to be aggressive, because life life taught me to be defensive. If you're not a fucking soldier, you will not make it out here. So I did have to learn to be more thoughtful and more courteous and more caring, to be able to be like in a romantic relationship. And I still fucking struggle. Like, that is a big struggle for me, because almost immediately I'm like, like, this shit don't feel right. So be mean. But ultimately, when you love someone and it means that you have to meet them where they're at. You have to communicate with them in the way that's going to serve them. You have to try to be on the same page even when you might not like each other. And although it was a learned behavior, once I did like acknowledge it, it became such a natural thing to me because I'm like, well, if I love you, then this is how I should treat you. This is how I should like conduct myself. And I still fail. Like I don't get it right all the time, but I think it did do a whole lot for me in my growth to understand that like love, that like romantic love is nothing like business. It's nothing like the street life. Like it does require you to be vulnerable and open and considerate and willing for to make a sacrifice that might not benefit you, but it's a sacrifice for the we. And it's like that with being a parent too, right? You do so much for your kids and it's just only purely for them. It's not necessarily for you. You like you might get joy or, pride out of it, but ultimately it's for your kids. So I think being in a like romantic relationship was a lot like that for me, understanding that I might not necessarily be doing things for me, but it's for we. And that ultimately did fulfill me. It did like open up this place in my heart to like, okay, this is how you be there for your man. This is how you be a partner. This is how you be a wife. And, you know, and in a better way, not just, oh, we go together, not just we're together. Um, but I will admit that like I am selfish sometimes. Like some things I do just want for myself, or I do just feel like I need for my own, happiness or joy. And I try not to be that way very often because I do think about the kids first. I do think about my man first. But then sometimes I'm just like, I want to be the most important. I want to be the biggest bitch. I want to be the biggest bird in your life. Like I want to be the most important. And I know it's not that way all the time, right? That's an unsustainable way to be. But I think everything that I have gone through in life, from the things that I feel like I won at to the things that I know I lost, like I do think it all added to my value. I do think it all added to what makes me a whole complete individual. And that whole complete individual is imperfect and is flawed. And I haven't met a person yet that was perfect or unflawed. It is kind of the thing that you carry with you. It is kind of the thing that you know will be a part of you. You're not going to be a perfect individual. You will be imperfect, and that will make you perfect for someone, for your friend group, for your workplace, for your relationship, for your church family. Like, you can be imperfect and still be a perfect fit. You can be flawed and all your rough edges still perfectly match. Like, I think that's what this showed me. Like, if I'm not that to you, if I'm not that for you, if when you view me and you don't see that my imperfections and my flaws might make me the absolute perfect thing for you, for this scenario, for this job, for this friendship, then okay. But then maybe I should just be patient and wait for the people that do see me as a perfectly flawed individual that fits perfect into the scenario that they need, fits perfect into that workplace, fits perfect into that family, fits perfect into that man's life. Like, maybe I should just wait, because I don't think if you're expecting perfection, I don't think if you're expecting there to be no rough patches and no arguments and no problems that you might have to really, really soul search and figure shit out, I think you're setting yourself up for failure, because I walk into things knowing I'm not perfect and you're not perfect. I walk into things knowing it might not be fucking easy and it might be ugly. I walk into things knowing that as long as it's the people I came with is who the fuck we gonna leave with, then like we'll figure it out from there. But if you already think that I'm not the person for you, if you already feel like I'm not a good match and I can't meet your standard and I can't reach the level that you need and require, then okay, I am flawed and imperfect, and it's too flawed and too imperfect for you and what you need in your path. And that's okay with me, because I'm willing to believe that even if I be old and alone, that the people that are in my life, whether it's the children or grandchildren or my friends or coworkers, like I'm willing to believe that if I hold on to the fact that I am imperfect and flawed, but still perfect for some things, that the people around me will think the same. I won't look up and it'll be a bunch of people around me who dislike me, who disapprove, who wish I was something else. It'll be a bunch of people around me like, Yeah, she talked too fucking much. Yeah, she argued too much, but love her ass. She perfect. Like, because that's how I view the people I love. Like, yeah, this is some bullshit, but love you anyways. Like, still gonna choose you, still gonna pick you, still gonna fight for you, still gonna have your back. So that is what I think I'm seeking in my path going forward. Like, if I am too aggressive, if I'm too abrasive, if I talk too much shit, if I argue too much, if I fuck up too much, if I don't make enough money, if my credit score ain't good, like anything that you're gonna say that is not up to your standard, X's me out, then okay. I'm not asking you to put me in. I'm not asking for you to pick me. I'm not asking for you to accept me and my shortcomings. I'm just simply telling you that I have them. I understand them. I recognize them. And I'm okay with the fact that I know you have some too. And if that's not okay with you, that I also have some, then fine. I hope you find perfect and I hope it makes you happy because I am perfectly happy knowing I'm imperfect and flawed and still worthy and still valuable. And I don't need anybody to tell me that because I know that. So, love you, darlings. That was today's episode. Imperfect and flawed. You guys run the numbers up. Merch coming soon. Love you lots, darlings. You fucking with a real one. I fucks with those who fucks with me. Bye.